the DJI Matrice 300, Mavic 3, and Mavic Air 2. All coming up right after this. Let's get into it. So before this video starts, please go into the link in the description below and get your own free DJI $10 gift card. This is directly from DJI. It's through their referral program, so it's directly from them and you can trust it. It literally is DJI's referral program that they're doing now. I think it's great. I believe you should join it. And it's literally on DJI's website, though you can link the link in the description below and you can get a $10 coupon for it. Alright, and I guess into the video. If you have anything to do with the camera drone industry, you'll know that 2019 was an extremely weird year for DJI. They only released one drone, and that was the DJI Mavic Air, and it was basically flying under all the FAA rules, as DJI had some problems with them in that year. After all, the Phantom 4 Pro V2 went out of stock because of lawsuits and honestly just DJI and the FAA fighting. Now with the arrival of the Phantom 4, it raises some questions. Is there going to be a Mavic 3? Is there going to be a Mavic Air 2? And most of all, is there going to be a Phantom 5? After all, if there's a Phantom 4, then why not a Phantom 5? After all, it literally is one of DJI's most iconic drones. If you see a drone out, you're probably going to recognize it as, hey, that's one of those white drones. It's a literal icon of drones. If you know a drone, if you've seen a drone, that's what you think of. If you're in the drone industry, a Phantom is what you think of when you think of a consumer drone. So that brings me to the DJI drone lineup. They have the Spark, the Mavic Mini, the Mavic Air, the Mavic Pro, the Mavic Pro Platinum, the Mavic 2 Zoom, the Mavic 2 Pro, the Phantom 4, and they have the Inspire series, which is a completely different can of worms. But for consumer drones, I'm not really sure that there's any room for a Mavic Air 2. After all, the Mavic Mini was literally the Mavic Air 2, and I'm not really sure there's space for a Phantom 5 or even a Mavic 3. I mean, come on, why don't they make something completely different and redesign it to have a better camera, something like that? Because right now, the only thing you can make better about the Mavic is not even image quality, because the Hasselblad is great, just image resolution. That's the only thing you can really make better with it. And maybe a bigger zoom with the Hasselblad camera. That's the only thing you can do. You really can't make it smaller. It's one of the smallest, compact, good camera drones on the market. And you can't really do much to the actual frame. It's probably one of the most sturdiest drones and probably one of the most durable I've seen, if I've seen any. Now, I mean, you say, well, it could get smaller, but at a Spark level or a Mini level, you can't really put a 1-inch sensor. I mean, you're not gonna buy a tiny drone with a huge sensor. It just does not make sense. You want something stable, and you might as well get something expensive if you're doing some sort of camera job, YouTube, anything. And right now, I'm not really sure there's much that they can do to the original Mavic Air. There really isn't much that they had to do to the Mavic series, because right now there's no gap between the Mavic Air and the Mavic Pro. Right now you basically have the Mavic Air 2. I'm not really sure they can pack more than a 4K camera in a small little drone. After that, they get to, hey, all of a sudden the teeny little drone has better image quality than the huge drone. And I don't think DJI is going to do that, because after all, you have low price here, high price there. It doesn't really make sense. Especially for the Air 2, there's nothing they can really improve over the Air. They have a nice compact drone, it's 4K, it's a travel drone, it's for the person who doesn't want to drop $2,000 on the drone, but still wants it in their YouTube videos, and it honestly is good. I mean, with the YouTube compression, you're not going to make any movies, but it's going to be good enough that you're not going to tell the difference between a Mavic with a Hasselblad camera and just the original Mavic Air. There's just going to be no difference. The compression is not going to make a difference. It's going to compress it, and you're not going to be able to tell the difference. There's just no reason, unless you're making a movie, to buy a camera that on a drone that's that good. And if you're gonna buy, you might as well get the bigger, more stable, the one that stays in the air for longer. There's just no reason for DJI to continue with this. The only thing I can think of would be waterproofing, let's go higher, and battery life. That's all I can think of. And possibly 360, something like the Insta360 1R, but that's in the way future, and honestly the only thing they can really do is firmware. You throw it into the air and it flies itself, which most of them already do and will do. For example, the Skydio, that's probably what the Mavic series is going to end up being, is just a self-flying drone. But as for the actual drone, DJI could continue for probably the next 2 years with the same Mavic, just upgrading its firmware, maybe tweaking the cameras a little bit, maybe a zoom, maybe better obstacle avoidance, and flying itself. But right now I think there's nothing more you can do with these drones. And that brings us to the Matrice 300. Well, there's a ton you could do with this drone. Nothing like the consumers. You can put a thermal imaging camera, and thermal imaging can always get better. If you can slap anything on there, you can slap a 360 camera on it, and that's good. If you can slap anything on it, you're going to want to slap a DSLR on it eventually, and that's what the Matrice series, I believe, is going to turn into. It's going to become a more flexible Inspire. It's going to be the, hey, you can put whatever camera you want on it, a thermal imaging, or just possible payload. I mean, the police used it as a payload. It could be the next Amazon delivery drone, for all we know. If Amazon is going to make those drones themselves, we don't know where they're going to get it from. Let's say DJI. Though, then again, you might not want to trust the Chinese when you're dealing with drones, and especially the FAA rules. That's not good. The FAA does not like that sort of stuff. So I guess that brings this video to a conclusion. It's been a pretty long video, especially about leaks and that sort of stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to go into the link in the description and get your $10 DJI gift card for referral. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry, before I end this video, I forgot to say some specs about the Matrice 300. It's supposed to come out the end of February, my birthday, and it's expected to have an updated flight system, just the sort of regular stuff you'd expect. Sorry, I forgot to say that.